Welcome to On the Ice, the Ice edition. I'm Theo here. Thanks for joining us. We'll go back a couple of weekends because we didn't have a chance to talk about the Winnipeg Ice and their travels to Saskatchewan, where they were able to take 5 out of the possible 6 points from the teams there in Saskatchewan. A great road trip that James Patrick was very happy with and very pleased to see the efforts and obviously the end results for the team. Going into Saskatchewan, they were expecting a very tough battle, which they saw Friday and Saturday and Sunday with 3 games back to back to back. And to come up with 5 points and great wins for the goaltenders as well as the players, a huge success. So congratulations to that. Now coming into this weekend, they were playing the first tilt of the first tilt of the season. Hello there and welcome to On the Ice, brought to you by Pembina, Source for Sports. My name is Theo Tutkaluk and let's get right at it with the Winnipeg Ice edition. A couple of weekends back, the Winnipeg Ice traveled into Saskatchewan and were able to take out 5 of the possible 6 points and gathering a 3-1-1 record before coming back home. This past weekend, they took on 2 foes that they'll see only once at home this year, the Edmonton Oil Kings as well as the Vancouver Giants. Friday night's action was very difficult for the goaltender, Will Gurski, as he faced many shots, stopping only 28 of the 35. The score final was 7-0. The Edmonton Oil Kings were able to get up 3 goals in the first 10 minutes, and it was downhill sledding from there for the boys from Edmonton, potting another 4 in the second and third. Not a lot of scoring chances by Coach James Patrick, and that's something that worked on this week or this past practices. The Saturday night game, where they saw the Vancouver Giants come into town, a much better effort on the ice, just the same dividend, losing that game 4-0. Gage Alexander getting the start in the second game there, and he was able to stop 26 of the 30 shots. So the team right now sits with a record of 3-3-1, and that is good for 3rd place in the new Eastern Division setup, where Brandon is also included. This upcoming week, they'll have a couple more practices before heading out to Medicine Hat, where they head to Alberta, and then back to Swift Current on Sunday. So it should be a very good weekend, again, testing their opponents at their home rinks as opposed to being here home in Winnipeg. Michael Tepley is leading the team with 7 points out of the 7 possible games, and we'll have a chance to sit down and talk to Nino Kinder, who is second on the team with 5. So far, also off the ice, the CHL released their players to watch, their top 50 Central Scouting, where they gave A, B, and C rankings based on players thus far, and receiving a B ranking from the Winnipeg Ice was Connor McLennan. Usually that means that the players should be looked at between the 2nd and 3rd rounds potentially in this upcoming draft. Main thing to consider for this past weekend against both Western rival foes was the number of shots faced. Not too many, but the scoring chances for themselves were few and far between, and that's something they were trying to correct this week during practices. We'll be right back with Coach James Patrick and what they are going to be working on here before heading out west.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
On the ice here with Coach James Patrick. After practice Tuesday, what were the keys we were working on for the first couple days after this weekend?
Yesterday was a skill day. Most of the emphasis was on scoring goals and the price you have to pay to score goals. But it was scheduled to be a skill practice, which basically we get an hour forwards working on skills, an hour our D working on different skills. Our D were working on backward skating and pivots, which I know at the NHL level, defensemen need to work on their backward skating. There's defensemen in the NHL who struggle with skating backwards, and so even over the last 2 games, I thought there were some incidents where we need to be better. Played a 2-on-1. That you got to be able to pivot. You got to be able to close on a guy. You have to have an active stick. So our defensemen were working on that, and our forwards were working on taking the goalie's eyes away and tracking pucks around the net and paying the price in front of the net. Following pucks, all things we didn't do well enough this past week, and we got to be better at.
This weekend was a bit of tough sledding, unable to score a goal in both games. What has been the measuring stick so far in the first 7 games during the regular season for you and the team you have in front of you?
Measuring stick is our engagement in the game on an individual basis. Are we competing as hard as we can, and we physically engaged in the game? Are we, I look at offensive. A lot of our clips in the offensive zone, they have 5 guys in the inside and we have 5 guys in the outside. And you're not going to score that way. Are we willing to get inside? Are we willing to get pucks to the net and battle away? Are we willing to be boxed out easily? We got a few guys who haven't scored yet and they're struggling, but I mean, you can make the decision. I'm going to be as hard as can be to play against. I'm not going to let the defenseman box me out. I'm going to spin off him. I'm going to move my feet, and I'm going to plant myself in front of the goalie, and I'm going to battle. So, for me, that's a measuring stick. Defensively, are we getting in shot lanes? Are we boxing out? Are we letting 2 of their forwards outwork our 3 low forward, our 2D and our F1? Are they outworking our 3 guys down low for loose pucks? That's the biggest thing. When we're winning more of those battles, we call them 50-50 battles in the hockey world. If we're winning more of those, we're giving ourselves a better chance to win. But obviously, the weekend without getting a goal, we just you got to find a way to score. I thought we were a lot better on Saturday night. Played against one of the better goalies in the league. Did we make it hard enough on him? I don't think so.
So now a couple more practices before we head into Medicine Hat and Swift Current. Medicine Hat's a little bit of a stronger team. Swift Current having a bit of a difficult start to the season as well. What will you look forward to for this weekend during Thanksgiving?
I want to build off of what we've learned. I want us getting better. Are we learning from tough outings that we had this past weekend? How we managed the puck. How did we play defensively? How hard did we make it on the other team to create offense to eventually score goals? I just know Saturday night it was so hard for us to get pucks to the net because they were maybe as good a team we played being in shot lane, and we didn't make it as hard as So can we learn from that? Can we get better in that area? Too tough. I expect this to be a real tough trip. Swift Current they beat Vancouver. I think Vancouver's a good team. They were able to beat us. So there's no easy games. Medicine Hat is one of the top teams in the Central. They've got good young talent. They've got good veteran talent. They've got some real mobile defensemen. I know they got a new coach there who's been a real successful coach in junior, NHL, American League, international. So I know they're going to be really well coached, really well prepared. I expect a real tough game.
Heading into Medicine Hat and Swift Current this weekend, Coach James Patrick, thanks for joining us, and good luck on the upcoming road trip.
Hi, I'm Eddie Weiss from Metalmaster. You had an accident? Sometimes they're embarrassing, but they're always inconvenient. We have an incredible staff to take care of you. We have platinum certified techs in 4 different categories. We are certified as a gold class accredited shop. If you've made a claim already, perfect. Call us with your claim number. If you need a claim opened, give us a call. We'll walk you through it. Sometimes you can get a little nervous dealing with NPI. We'll help you out. Metalmaster Auto Body, straight in the middle.
Yep. That was James Patrick talking about the importance of split sessions and making sure we get the strength and conditioning as well off the ice taken care of for this weekend's tilt in Medicine Hat and Swift Current. Now we have a chance to talk to 2 of the players, Nino Kinder and Holden Kodak, about what needs to get done this weekend in preparation for this Thanksgiving weekend road trip.
At Super 8 Winnipeg West, we have your comfort in mind with free Wi-Fi and free daily Superstart breakfast. We also have guest laundry facilities, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a jetted hot tub. Sleep well in a spacious guest room equipped with plush new bedding, a 50-inch flat-screen HD TV, microwave, mini refrigerator, and Keurig coffee maker. Or book a suite with a kitchen, ideal for extended stays. Super 8 Winnipeg West, located just inside the perimeter on Portage Avenue.
On the ice here with number 41, Holden Kodak. Holden, take us through last weekend's game. A bit of tough sledding for the team.
Obviously the first game against Edmonton there, a tough weekend, but I thought we responded well against Vancouver, even though we didn't come out with the result we wanted. We drew a lot of positives from the weekend. I thought we competed hard, got a lot of chances, ran into a hot goalie, but there's some positives we can take away heading into next weekend.
Coach James talks about getting more shots on net and making sure that it's more difficult for the goaltender to see them. Have you been working on that in the last couple of days in practice?
Yeah, especially today, we did a lot of battle drills, getting in front of the net, working to get in the goalie's eyes, making it a lot harder for the goalie. Obviously, against Vancouver, we had a lot of shots, but we couldn't get in front of them and get our second chances, the rebounds in front.
So the rebounds are key, the second chances are key. How are we going to be able to pot some goals in this upcoming Thanksgiving weekend tilt?
The same thing we worked on yesterday, a lot of just getting behind the defense, getting in front of the goalie, worked on tipping pucks a lot. We're getting a lot of first shots, but we need to get the second and third, getting in front of the net and banging in some goals this weekend.
Holden, you missed a couple of games. Have you been able to watch the team from the stands? And if so, what have you liked so far seeing your team perform in this beginning of the season?
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of positives compared to last season. I thought we have a really good group. I think we're fast and we compete hard. So as long as we keep doing that, getting pucks on net, using our speed, we have a lot of skilled forwards up front to know how to score goals. So hopefully that can come in this weekend and continue that throughout the season.
You got both your imports, for lack of a better term, Michael and Nino, leading the team in points. What have you seen in their game that's been so impressive in the early part of the season?
Well, obviously they're both very skilled. Michael has a great shot. Nino is a good two-way player who has a lot of skill too. So it's been awesome. We've welcomed them in good, and they get along with the group great. So it's an awesome start for them.
A couple more practices before you head back on the road. What are you looking forward to going to Medicine Hat, Swift Current? Have you been able to see those two teams, and what have you seen from their game?
Yeah, obviously they both teams have been off to a pretty good start. They've beaten some good teams, so we'll get to watching a lot of video on them in the next couple of days and be prepared. It's always nice to get on the road. It's good bonding for the team, so it's really exciting. First longer road trip into Alberta, so it's exciting and we look forward to it.
First road trip in Alberta, coming back into Swift Current on Saturday. Hopefully back home for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, hopefully. I think we'll get home probably late Sunday morning. So, we'll have the day off and hopefully get a good Thanksgiving dinner with our billets and stuff. So that'll be nice before we get back into it the next week.
The team takes on Medicine Hat and then Swift Current. Holden, thank you much for your time and good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
There we go. On the ice with second leading scorer of the Winnipeg Ice team so far, Nino Kinder. Nino, rough sledding this weekend. How hard was it to get second-hand chances against both Edmonton and Vancouver?
Pretty tough. I mean, we have to work harder to score goals. So, and we practiced this yesterday and today, and I think we're gonna practice this the next couple days for the road trip this weekend. So I think we're gonna work hard this week to score more goals.
So Monday's practice, Coach James was talking about a split practice, more of a skills practice with Coach Cara. What were the specifics we're working on to stay with keeping the pucks in front and getting those second chances?
Yeah, be in front of the goalie, tip the pucks, work hard to score a goal. You have to want to score a goal. So yeah, so kind of like that.
You just got to keep pouncing the puck and making sure the goalie can't see him, right?
Yeah, right.
So we've got 3 goals, 2 assists on the beginning of the season, 5 points. What have you taken from the first 7 games in your own game that's been pretty impressive?
I mean, the game here is something different, but I think I'm doing good. I have to keep going and to work hard. I think just to work hard, play my game. I think that's the key for me to compete here.
So as I said, second in the team in points, the preparation of it, how do you prepare for these games knowing that you're going to be relied now for the goal scoring?
I mean, I just go in the locker room, do my stuff, tape my sticks, just be cool, talk to the guys. So, yeah, that's simply my game preparation.
So we've got yesterday's practice, more skill. Today I saw a little more skating, a little more endurance. Is that something Coach James wants to emphasize as well, knowing that we're at the beginning of the season and we need to keep improving on our endurance?
Yeah, sure. For sure. We have to work harder. I mean, we worked hard at the weekend, but we have to work a lot more harder to win games in this league. So those practices are pretty good for us to have a good skate at the end, and yeah.
So a couple more practices. What are we looking forward to going on our first long road trip of the week of the season?
To play our game, to work hard, to compete the other guys, to score goals, and then probably we're good.
So is it more of still defense first? I mean, we've scored 19 goals this year and we let up 28. Obviously this weekend and going 10 and against them 0-4 doesn't help. But what is going to be that emphasis for your line mates and yourself to try and make those second chances? Is it working hard, but is there certain plays, certain dimensions of the game that need to be improved?
Yeah, I think if we play defense first, we're good. Then we always get our chances in the offense. So if we play defense, it's all good. So, I mean, yeah, we're a good team. We know how we can score. So we just have to improve our system to play our game, and then we're good.
Compared to your last season to the beginning of this season, what has changed in your personal game to be, considered part of the success for this early great start of 5 points?
I think I had a great summer. It was really important to have a great summer for me because I knew it's another game here in Canada. It's harder, it's faster. So yeah, I think it's the summer for me that helps me a lot to have a good start here in Canada.
What type of preparation did you do over the summer to make sure you were game ready right out of the gates?
I worked out every day, and I practiced with the pro guys from Berlin, so it helped me a lot. Yeah.
So Nino, I got to ask you on a 2-on-1, are you more of a shot first or a pass first kind of player?
That's a tough question. I think I look for the pass, but if I see an open net, I probably shoot.
Okay. More of a low shot, upper shot where the cookies are being held, or where?
Probably high.
Nino Kinder likes the high shots. One more question I'm going to ask you, Nino. Now that you and Michael are, leading the team in points, going on a road game, how important is it to score that first goal for you, knowing that you're able to play with the lead as opposed to trying to get back into the game?
I think it's always good for the team to score the first goal. So if one of our team scored the first goal, I think we have a better feeling to continue the game and keep going to play our game. It's always a better feeling to play a lead. So yeah.
Nino likes to shoot it up high. He likes to play with a lead. Good luck this weekend. The longer road trip for you heading to Alberta, and hopefully some W's before some Thanksgiving dinners. We need some wins.
Yeah, we need some wins, for sure.
Nino, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
If you take the first mortgage you're offered, a high interest rate could take your travel budget and send it packing. Before you choose a mortgage, take a second look. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today. If you take the biggest mortgage you can get, you might find your budget can't support other important costs, like buying furniture. Don't let your mortgage weigh you down. Get serious about your mortgage. Contact Case Financial Group today.
Nino Kinder is second on the team with 3 goals and 2 assists. A very fast start for him. And talking to Holden Kodak about the importance of getting prepared and what it needs to be taken care of during practices so that they are mentally ready and physically ready for these 2 games versus Medicine Hat and Swift Current. Talking to players is a lot different than talking to goalies, and we'll be right back with goaltender Will Gurski, and we talk about his superstitions and how he mentally is prepared for the games and when he gets the call for the night's actions. On the ice here with one of the goaltenders from the Winnipeg Ice, number 31, Will Gurski. Will, tough sledding this weekend, lots of shots faced in the game this weekend you had. Tell me how difficult it was knowing that there just wasn't any goals coming to help you out.
In a game like that where, they're getting lots of chances and obviously they buried some, you kind of just gotta try and stick in it as a goalie and just try to work your bag off and just try to get some big saves for your team. So hopefully they can get one for us. I think as the weekend went on, I thought our compete level got a lot better, and especially heading into Saturday night against Vancouver, I thought the team definitely did a lot more good things. But I think we got some things to work on this week and to get ready for the Alberta road trip this coming weekend. So I think we'll be ready to go for this coming weekend.
Couple more practices. Monday was a skills practice. What did the goaltenders work on Monday's practice that really helped benefited you after that weekend?
I think just obviously coach wanted to see the players score, create some more scoring chances and learn how to really battle in front of the net. So I think it was kind of the goalie's job yesterday to just make it hard on the players and make them really work real hard to score those goals and just make them compete. And it's kind of our job to make sure they're working hard and their job to make sure we're working hard. So I think if everybody's working hard out there, we're all going to get better.
Working hard to get better. I got to ask you, I've never spoken to goalies after goals that they've let in. Do you have a certain ritual or superstition that you do to try to get yourself resetted after a goal is scored?
Yeah, like I work with a mental performance coach, Pete Fry, so I work on him with a daily basis. So kind of it's me and him who talk about our mental side of the game, and we've come up with a way to kickstart the engine kind of, and just get ready for the next shot. And I think it just helps you reset in a game, especially like Friday when obviously they were burying goals. Just helps you reset to get ready for the next shot, and so you can hopefully keep your team in there for the night.
You also faced a lot of shots Friday night. I mean, that's quite a lot of rubber. Do you enjoy facing a lot of shots knowing that you're still able to battle, or is it something where you've got a number that's a little bit lower that you'd rather face over the course of a game?
You know, I think it's once you move up in the levels, you got to kind of learn to embrace having that many shots and kind of learn to love it and get hungry out there when you're getting all those shots, and just kind of, I don't know, stay in the athlete mindset and wanting to get all those shots and forcing yourself to battle out there, and just seeing how hard you can really work out there.
We haven't talked to you since your first win of the season. We'll go back a little bit. How did it feel to get that monkey off your back, so to speak, knowing you've got that W under your belt? You're like, okay, now we're in the season. Now I know how that feels. I like how this feels compared to the other feeling. Yeah,
no, it's good to get the first win, especially in my first start there. And I think it's just a good relief to know that I'm capable of winning in this league, but also gives me something to build off. You know, it's great to get that first win, but you got to realize we got 68 games this season, so there's a lot more wins you gotta fight for. So that's definitely a good first one, but hopefully there's a couple more to come, and just keep battling throughout the season.
Just a couple more? Hopefully a few more.
A few more, yeah, a few more.
We need a few more, just because 3-3-1 so far in this 7 games. One road trip, one home game, couple home games. Well, the 1-1. How important is road trips for you as a goaltender to stay focused, and what your preparations are to get ready for that game and getting rid of the bus legs? I mean, that's got to be one of the difficult things to do after such a long road trip.
Yeah, obviously coming from minor hockey last year, we weren't doing morning skates like we are this year, so having the morning skates before the night games, it's good to get your legs going in the morning to get rid of those bus legs. So I think just coming in with that hungry mindset, wanting to get that win every night, and just hungry to save every puck and just battle as hard as you can out there.
Does Coach James have a setup where, I know you guys have split most of the games here, trying to go through as many of the goalies. When does he let you know that you're starting, or is it something he tells you right before game time?
Usually it's a morning skate thing, so we'll get to the skate early in the morning, and he'll just post a lineup and we'll see who's starting. But even if you're just backing up that game, you always got to be ready to go, because you never know if an injury can happen, or lots of things can happen in the 60-minute game. So you always got to be ready if you're starting or not.
Absolutely. I mean, whether it be injuries, whether you get lit up 9 times, you never know when you're going to go in there for the next game. Will, I'm going to leave this on this note. Going into Medicine Hat with current 2 very different teams, but still very impressive teams, what do you look for into this weekend as being considered a success?
I think just building off, I think our last road trip in Saskatoon there, or at Saskatchewan there, I think we have a lot to build off there. And obviously we did a couple of good things this past weekend here in Winnipeg, and I think just learning to really bear down in front of the net, and just I think if everybody kind of does their own part and working hard and following our systems, I think we can come out with the 2 W's this weekend.
Will Gurski, number 31, one of the goaltenders here with the Ice, looking for the 2 dubs and some turkey dinner shortly thereafter. Thanks for joining us, Will, on the ice.
Yeah, thank you.
At Collins Hotel, we have you and your family's comfort in mind. Relax in one of our 16 suites featuring king or queen-size beds and 36-inch TVs. Suites also include a mini fridge and other kitchen appliances to make your stay as comfortable as possible. During your stay in Pilot Mound, visit Weiser's Restaurant, our attached family-friendly restaurant and bar. It is the perfect location to host group meals, dine with the family, or unwind after a hockey game. Come in and meet our friendly staff offering daily specials on food and drinks, Wing Night Wednesdays, Buffet Fridays, and multiple TVs to watch the game. Weiser's is the place to be. Collins Hotel and Weiser's Restaurant and Bar, located across the street from Blackjack Stewart Arena off Highway 3 in Pilot Mound. It's great to catch up with the players after this very hard weekend against both Vancouver and Edmonton. They look forward to improve their record on the road just before Thanksgiving Monday as they take on the Medicine Hat Tigers and the Swift Current Broncos. I'd like to thank you for joining us here on the ice. I'm Theo, and we'll be back next week with more interviews and action live here next Thursday.